Okay, welcome. Tonight's practice, we are in the month of Earth as our theme. And so we are going to be starting with a journal prompt. So with the Earth element and the chakra system, and we can connect to Earth in so many ways, but it's really nice to have the chakras to bring it to our bodies and our own individual practices and our own lives in that really like positive, self-centered way. So the root chakra stands for our sense of safety and security, our family, our home, our sense of belonging, sort of like our tribe of people, like our really close friends who feel like family, the people that we feel the safest with. And so things like moving or traveling can sort of rock the boat a little bit for our root chakra and make us feel a little bit less grounded, right? There are lots of things in our life. Losing a family member can make you feel less grounded. Becoming pregnant can certainly make you feel less grounded because your root chakra is your whole body, right? It's your bones, it's your blood, your skin. It's not just your feet and the base of your spine. It's your earthly being, your whole body. So all of these changes can certainly leave birthing people to feel a little less grounded. So our journal prompt is going to focus tonight on family, on partnership, and friends. And so we're going to take probably close to 10 minutes to get started, just kind of see what flows out. And let's see, our prompt for tonight is really simple, actually, and we just can see where it goes, right? This is just the beginning. But my partner has been doing an amazing job with or amazing job, and then fill in the blank from there. So my partner has been doing an amazing job with or at. And if you'd like to change partner to friend or family member, feel free to do that too. We'll go ahead and get started here. I'll listen to a little bit of music and just dive into our root chakra in this way, our support people in our life during this big time. We could start to wrap up in a minute or two. And just starting to notice what you've written and how you feel after writing about someone in your life who's been supporting you. I know for me, just doing that exercise was like very much more eye-opening than I realized it was going to be. It just makes you feel good to write and appreciate what somebody else is doing, um, even if you are doing that in real life, in real time, or if things kind of just go unsaid. Especially when you have little ones, it's easy to get swept up in just like the day-to-day kind of stuff. So me stopping and noticing all of the day-to-day stuff was really nice just now. And so I'm just looking to put on our songs for our practice today. All right, so we'll get started. Oh, this is another thing. In the spirit and love and appreciation that we're feeling, we're going to sort of bring that attention to or that energy into our practice by using some supportive techniques like using the wall, or if you have like a couch or a chair, that's great too. And then of course, we were going to be using some props. So whatever you have at home, that's the great part about being at home. You can whatever you've got. All right, here's ours. Okay. So the first thing we're actually going to do now is a legs up position. So I'm going to use my chair just to demonstrate how we can do that. But if you're at a wall, that's great to use too. So if you have a pillow or a bolster, you can place that below the chair or right at the wall if you're using the wall. Okay, so as the body changes, it gets to be a fun game to maneuver into different positions like this. So you're going to start on one side using your hands to help support you the whole time. Coming down maybe onto the shoulder and then letting baby move with you as you come to this position. Right, so the idea here with something propped underneath your hips is that you are not flat in your back if that's a position that is not comfortable for you. But also being flat on your back is perfectly safe and fine if you feel okay. Your body will tell you if and when you need to change positions. So start to get settled in here, letting your palms face upward towards the sky. And if you're at a wall, your legs can be nice and high, bringing your feet up over your knees, over your hips. Your arms can be out wide by your side or connected somewhere to the body. Letting your eyes close. Softening the jaw muscles, the muscles around the eyes, the muscles of the forehead. And as you let your body start to sink with each exhale, bring that loving person to your mind. one you just wrote about. There's nothing you have to think in particular, just having this awareness of their presence in your life. Sometimes it's hard for us to ask for help, especially those closest to us. You might even imagine here that they're the wall, they're the chair, or the pillow, and you're letting yourself be held. Allowing your breath to flow smoothly through the nose. Good. Taking another full deep inhale. Let the breath flow out completely. And when you're ready to, you can start to move. Your legs are up on the wall. You can start to bend your knees. If they're on a chair, same thing, just bringing that away. And then rolling towards your left side, start to bring your legs towards the ground, slowly, slowly coming over. Use your hands to support you back in an upward position. Okay, so this next pose is definitely easier at the wall. I'm sure it can be done with the chair, but I've got the wall right here. If you do have a chair, let's see if I would demonstrate this way. Definitely, yeah. So same idea, if you do have a chair, you can use that for our shoulder stretch, but I'm going to show at the wall here. So standing or kneeling, we're going to come over to the wall. After that nice restorative pose, bringing yourself upright. And we'll start by facing the wall and bringing your hand to it. So it's definitely easier when you are standing just to maneuver. You're just kind of doing a little bit of a wiggle if you're down low. I just have a half of a wall here, so working with what I got. But the idea is that we're just turning our body away from that outstretched hand. Letting yourself start to lean into the wall a little bit here so that your forearm, maybe the space around your elbow, is touching the wall as well. Your shoulder doesn't have to be touching though. As you're just gently turning away, giving this side of your chest on the right side space to open. Right, so firmly pressing that hand into the wall, the fingers are stretched out wide. And take another breath here. Good, and then slowly letting your hands come down as you turn towards the wall. Again, my maneuvers are a little different just because I'm kneeling, but then we'll turn around and do the second side. So letting that first arm drop down, relaxing as you start to turn away from the wall, pressing the hand nice and close to the wall, fingers spread wide. And as you're doing this, notice if the shoulders want to sneak up towards the ears, and what can you do to let them fall? Is it just like a physical release? Is it a few deep breaths to release that tension? Take about 5 more breaths here. And then when you're ready to slowly turning towards the wall, releasing and softening the hand and the elbow. And if you're standing or you're near the wall, you can come back and close to your mat. Sitting up on a blanket if you'd like. And now moving through the neck and the shoulders after that. Just finding a nice shrug of the shoulders, up and down. And let the shoulders come forward as well, getting into all of those little spaces. Okay. So now with your hands coming back behind you, interlace your fingers. Start to press your fists away from your body so your shoulder rolls back. And then, nice deep breath here as you squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the spine. And drop that down. Okay, we're going to work a little bit with this shape here. So softening the elbows. If you can, try to bring your hips over, or your hands over to your hips on the left side. So your right forearm's going across your back. And you start to hug your elbows in towards one another. You're still looking forward, dropping the shoulders down intentionally once again, and then softly dropping the chin to the chest. Rolling your left ear towards your left shoulder here. And letting the right shoulder draw down, melting away from the ear. When you're ready to, draw your chin back to your chest, lift your head back up, and then slowly release your hands all the way. Take them up to the sky, and then cactus your hands as you exhale. Release your hands behind your back one more time. Interlace the opposite thumb on top. Roll the shoulders back, hug the heels of the wrists together as your fists move away from your body. And then slide your hands over to the right hip. That right elbow kind of hooking back as you look forward again. Drawing the chin to the chest. We're dropping right ear to right shoulder now. Soften the jaw. Drop the shoulders. And then Slowly start to bring your chin back to your chest, lifting your gaze. Take your hands all the way up to the sky once again. Breathe in and exhale as you cactus your arms out. And then release your hands all the way to the floor. One more time, a few shrugs of the shoulders. Good. Now taking your arms out wide, we'll find our eagle arms, right elbow underneath the left, backs of the hands together or wrapping all the way around. Lift your elbows up towards your shoulders, but let your shoulders move down from your ears. With a breath in, reach the fingers up an inch or two. And then as you exhale, guide the elbows towards the belly. Saying hello to your baby. Breathing in, reaching back up to the sky. Exhale, curling forward. Inhale, lifting up. Let's do that again. And as you bring yourself back up to center, hold the bind, whatever you have, the hands. Then bring your hands to opposite shoulders, like you're taking off a sweater. Lift your hands all the way up overhead and then down by your side. Let's wake up our feet a little bit here as we take them out nice and wide and windshield wiper side to side. So really wide through the feet, because as you let your knees fall, we're gonna let that side of the body, that shoulder, also roll back and open. Right? No rush here. Imagine like this is a big yawn open as you pause. Good. And then with our feet coming back to seated, you can even switch the crossing of your legs there if that feels good to do that. I'm going to take the arms out wide again for Garudasana, left under right this time. Elbows rising towards shoulders. Deep breath right in center. And then the full breath in as you reach your hands upward towards the sky. And exhale, curling down towards the belly. A few times like that, following the breath. Letting the exhale move some space around the upper back. Good. When you're ready, coming back to center. Again, take hands to opposite elbows, lift the hands up towards the sky. Big stretch, reach your fingers out away from your heart as your hands come down. And one more time to release, take the feet out, nice and wide, palms flat behind you, also nice and wide, giving you a nice big stance. A nice slow swipe side to side, using the whole side of the body to stretch. Good. And now we'll come up from here. We'll come to tabletop, bringing our hands and knees to the floor. And while we're here sort of setting up, we can take bolster and blocks to the top so that they're there if or when we need them. Okay, so starting to move through your tabletop. So getting really comfortable in this position, in this shape, and finding all the different ways that you can move. Might look like some cat-cow, some pelvic tilts, stretching through the side body and the ribs. Coming back towards the feet. A combination of all the above. We're going to keep working towards that chest and heart space a little bit more here. So from your tabletop, send your right leg out to the side. And then letting yourself pivot back and forth here. Right, your toes can either be facing forward, or you could be on your heel with your toes out, whatever feels better for you. And targeting that inner thigh, you might feel it kind of stretching behind the knee. And then coming up from here, I'm going to take the right hand, opening towards the leg, up towards the sky. Let your heart open, back, back, back. And then breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to sweep under like a floating thread the needle. So not a full twist here, just letting the hands slide under. Inhaling up to the sky. And exhaling, sweeping the arm under. One more time. Take the hand back up to the sky and make little circles with the top arm. Right, you don't even have to be looking up. You can be looking down if that feels better on your neck. And then start to make big circles. Placing the hand back down on the floor, we'll walk our way up into our gate pose. Knee down, leg outstretched. On the other side now, reaching the left hand up toward the sky, breathe in. Exhale as you start to slide down that long leg, letting this bottom shoulder relax. Right, your left knee down into the ground, your left glute is working here. It can feel really active, and you might even sense a little bit of opening through the hip flexor as you're pressing your hips forward here. Good. Now with this top hand, we're going to go all the way down to the floor. You might take your leg with you for this stretch as you take your top arm back up to the sky and then alongside the ear. It's like a little side angle or a plank variation. Full breath in, full breath out. And then your top hand starts to turn down to the floor as you walk hand over hand back to where you started. Tabletop, stepping the foot back in. Moving again through a little bit cat-cow, wagging the tail, feeling into this shape and all the ways that you can take it. When you're ready to, coming back with your hands under your shoulders, I'm going to step out the other foot, left foot now, and start to again, just start to seesaw back and forth, nice and slow, hips back towards your heel. And then bringing your shoulders back above your hands. Take that modified thread the needle. Right hand stays down, left hand flies up to the sky. You can really let it fly here, opening the chest. And when you're ready, a breath in and an exhale to twist. Inhale, opening up towards the sky. Exhale to twist. One more time. Last one here, breathing in and releasing that top hand all the way down. Hands walk in now to your gate pose, coming up high on that knee. Set the hand on the leg as the other hand reaches up to the sky, breathing in. And then exhale, start to bend towards that extended leg. Really strong and active through this bent knee, this whole leg. Pressing down as your other foot is feeling to the mat as well. One more breath here. And then lift yourself all the way back up, releasing your hands. And coming back down all the way to all fours, back to table. From here, mamas, if you'd like to use a bolster, pillow, block, if you want or need any of those things, right? Sometimes we're like, I don't need it, but it still feels good to use. So letting your knees come wide, we're going to take our first child's pose here. So if you've got something like a bolster or a pillow, you can bring it sort of under the chest, resting one cheek on, letting your hips fall back. And it's like these slower yoga poses are a mirror image to receiving help and receiving love. Sometimes we're like, no, you don't have to do that for me. Or we brush off comments when someone says something nice about us. And these poses is like, that's it. That's a physical manifestation. You're receiving. You're in a receiving position. And you deserve to receive. Accept all the help, the love, the kindness. Right? It's like a muscle we have to flex when we're so used to brushing things off like that. Right? We deserve to slow down and to be in a place where we don't have to rush on to the next thing. That's sort of built into our life perfectly enough. We don't have to do it to ourselves. If you like to turn your head to the other direction for these last few breaths here, just to balance out your neck, if you have your head turned. And only when you're ready, starting to bring yourself back up. And again, that's the beauty of practicing at home. You can kind of see where we're going. You can say, I'm not ready to go there yet. You can stay right where you are. With your knees coming back to table, we're going to take one downward dog this practice. We're staying really low to the floor today. But one downward dog, just taking a nice big full stretch. Pushing down into the legs, into our roots. Planting your feet firmly, your hands spread wide. Fingers gripping the mat. And then, of course, moving through your down dog as you'd like to. Move through the legs.
Coming up high onto the tippy toes, letting the heels sink down. And now from here, coming back to your table, and then you'll swing the legs around to come into a seated position again. Okay, let's keep stretching our legs out a bit here. So our Janu Shirshasana, head to knee, right foot in towards the left thigh. Right, and as the baby starts to take up space here, this is going to just change its shape constantly. So if you'd like to press forward from here, you can fold right out in front of you, or if you have a little bit more space today, you can even turn towards your leg a little bit more. Point those toes up to the sky, take another breath. And then coming back up to center, changing to the other side. Start a nice tall seat, whether you're starting to walk yourself down or reaching towards the leg. Flexing toes up to the sky. Back of the knee, softly pressing to the earth. And then bringing yourself back up to center here. Now we'll let the feet join together. Come into Baddha Konasana. So with your hands coming to your knees, you're going to start to softly press your knees down with your hands, and then your knees are going to softly press back up to your hands. So just kind of like this friction between the two, pushing against one another. So try to sit tall, relax the shoulders down the back. For 3, still breathing. 2, and 1. Release that, let the knees fall. And if you'd like to even fall forward here in another fold, feel free. Up to your feet, bringing your knees together, and then let's see, we're going to set up one more time with our props. Right, the creativity flows at home with what you have. We're going to find our last pose in a supported Savasana. So if you don't have the blocks, side lying with a nice pillow, if you've got a pregnancy pillow or a couch cushion, that's nice because it's nice and thick and holds its shape. Side lying, the pillow's here, you're on your side and you're letting your top leg rest on the pillow.
Now with our blanket, we're coming back into Baddha Konasana, and we're going to do it supported. So nice big shape of your blanket, and I'm simply rolling it into a big roll, big burrito roll, so that it is big, like a big snake. And then with your hips coming back to the bolster, it's always nice to check that it's sturdy before you come down. Mine feels like it's going to move on me. There we go. So with the blanket, again, you can take pieces of this or all of it. The blanket's going to come on the top of the soles of the feet with your knees out wide. And then hugging your knees in together, you'll wrap the blanket around your ankles. So a big wrap around. So these ends are long enough for me to kind of pull them in nice and tight. Okay. And then from here, down into the bolster. Right where we started, just in a different way. Falling back to supports once again. Okay, now that we've dedicated our practice to this loved one, these last few moments can be all for you. And showing yourself gratitude and credit for the things that you've been doing, for the way that you've been being, the work that you're putting into yourself, creating this new life. It's not easy. Really center and ground us down here. We'll start to use the technique of counting the breath. Inhaling to a count of 4. And exhaling to a count of 6. Give or take how you feel today. Just to get the rhythm, the breath will sound like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Following this pattern or another that works for you. stay with the count, stay with your breath. Your next exhale, let that go. Start to consider how you want to move from this last pose that you placed yourself in. If the knees are open wide, you might start there, letting your feet ground back down to the ground. If you're side lying or on your back, using your hands to press yourself back up to your seat. Your hands together in front of your heart. We bow, filled with gratitude. Namaste.